Hi, my name is Matthew Jester. I'm just making this brief video here going over the myths around hypnosis and demystifying some of those for you. So I have a certificate of completion. I've shown this in some other videos. This just shows that I have a brief, a basic level of competency in the field of hypnosis. And we'll go ahead and get started with the introduction. Please watch my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. I will leave a link in the description. I will also leave additional links in the description of other relevant videos. I've been abused with hypnosis, and my ability to speak is being inhibited with hypnosis, which is why I have to read everything when I make videos. If you notice me stuttering, speaking slowly, being unable to speak clearly, or any other difficulty speaking, I explain how this is being done to me in my videos, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. Also, I will be raising my left index finger whenever the hypnosis is inhibiting my ability to speak so that I can point out the hypnosis inhibiting my ability to speak without interrupting myself in videos. So please pay attention to my body language when I raise my finger because you're most likely going to be able to notice the hypnosis. So like this, for example, if I do that. This video is about demystifying hypnosis, which is extremely important because hypnosis is so misunderstood that some people don't even believe hypnosis is real or that hypnosis could be used abusively, which is extremely dangerous to public safety. In fact, a large amount of very professional and competent hypnotists and hypnotherapists don't even know that hypnosis can be abused because it isn't taught in a majority of hypnosis courses or even given a portion of their acknowledgement as a science in the generalized scientific communities, medical communities, our government and legal system, and even generalized psychological sciences because of the limited susceptibility to hypnosis in the general population. So we'll go ahead and get started. Myth number 1. Trance and hypnosis are the same. Well, this one is really depending on how you define hypnosis, so I'll explain it. Not exactly. Trance does not elicit the same suggestibility or acceptance of commands and instructions as hypnosis is intended to, although it depends on how you define hypnosis because there is no singular official definition of hypnosis within the scientific community, meaning either definition is not technically incorrect. Is technically not incorrect by any means. Number 2, hypnosis is not dangerous or hypnosis is completely safe. This one is completely false. So this depends on the context. The process and induction of hypnosis itself is not dangerous, just like sleeping. Hypnosis can be used to abuse someone, which of course in those circumstances is considered extremely dangerous. So a basic rule I would advise from experience is to only trust a person with hypnotizing you if you could trust them with your social security number, because having access to either of these resources will leave an individual extraordinarily vulnerable. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go over some examples here actually. So example number 1, I was hypnotized not to drink water unless I would notice I wasn't drinking enough water, unless someone else would notice I wasn't drinking enough water, or unless they would get caught for it. Example 2, a person could be hypnotized to commit suicide because it happened to my friend. The clarification of this example would be discussed during this video where I speak about the myth, you can't be hypnotized to do something against your will. Example number 3, I'll also be posting a link to a video on an ABC News story of a lawyer being caught and arrested on camera of sexually abusing clients. So I know a lot of people say, no, hypnosis can't be used to abuse you or it can't be used to make you do something against your will. Go ahead and check out that link. It's really important, as well as I'll go ahead and clarify that news story here, what happened. In the video of the ABC News story, the lawyer is seen walking the client through what he told her was a breathing exercise. He then snaps his fingers, walks her over to his couch, and begins telling her, your body is a vessel of pleasure, and then the police walk in and arrest him. So again, I'll even go into further detail because one of the news reporters also states that one of the rules of hypnosis is they can't necessarily hypnotize you to do something against your will, but that they can change what you want to do. And I'll go ahead and clarify that further. That's going to be towards the end of the video, number 4. Moving on. I will also post a link to an article from the Human Givens Institute on the uses and abuses of hypnosis. The Human Givens Institute is an educational institute in the United Kingdom. So they're a well-accredited resource for information, actually. And moving on. Number 3. You can't be hypnotized involuntarily. No, not only can you be hypnotized involuntarily, you can even be hypnotized without any knowledge or recollection of it ever even happening. Number 4, you can't be hypnotized to do something against your will. This depends on the post-hypnotic suggestion or hypnotic command. It depends on the person. This is where I'm clarifying what I specified in the news story, and, for example, hypnotizing a person to commit suicide. There are 2 different concepts in hypnosis known as heteroaction and homoaction. Heteroaction is increasing the chance of eliciting a successful response to a new or different suggestion after already responding to a suggestion. Let me repeat that one more time. So a heteroaction is increasing the chance of eliciting a successful response to a new or different suggestion after already successfully responding to a suggestion. Homoaction is eliciting a more powerful response to the same suggestion after repetition of the suggestion. An example with heteroaction is that if a person responds successfully to a suggestion of itchiness, for example, they are more likely to respond to a different suggestion of warmth or cold. Homoaction is increasing the extent of a response to a suggestion with repetition, such as increasing the sensation of cold more and more with repetition. An example for the general concept is that I was able to reject any suggestions to shoplift or lie when I was hypnotized, but I was not able to resist the suggestion for my hand to cramp uncontrollably while I was writing the word murder. I'm not able to resist any post-hypnotic suggestions regarding inhibiting my ability to speak or repressing my memory. Those are completely involuntary, regardless of any other psychological concept, even the operant conditioning aspect. And this also ties into, there's something like, so basically, including the aspects of heteroaction and homoaction, there's some things that you can, some hypnotic commands that will work and some hypnotic commands that won't work. And overall, it really also depends on the person, because some people respond more powerfully to hypnosis or even respond to certain suggestions, right? While other people won't. Even though for example, sorry about that. The hypnosis is really inhibiting my ability to speak right now. Which is why I have to raise my finger and everything along those lines. So I'm gonna have to remake this video. But to go ahead and get finished with this, so there is also the aspect of utilizing operant conditioning, which involves using positive reinforcement like reward to promote behavior, or negative reinforcement like punishment to deter behavior, which typically tremendously influences behavior but does not entirely abolish free will. Now, I'll go ahead and also clarify here, on the other side of this concept, the individual often times has no control or free will over certain post-hypnotic suggestions or commands. For example, if someone like myself was hypnotized to feel pain to deter recording a video, then I would still have the ability and free will to record a video regardless, although I would have no control whatsoever over the sensation of pain I was hypnotized to feel from recording the video. So, that is the fact of the matter, plain and simple, right? And also, with the simple concepts of heteroaction and homoaction, that means that, repetition of the suggestions or the hypnotic commands can increase the response to hypnotic commands, as well as if you have success with one hypnotic command, then you're more likely to be successful with a second hypnotic command. That's different. So that those hypnotic concepts and principles in and of themselves also clarify how some suggestions will work on some people, but not everybody necessarily. And then not just that, there's also sorry, and again, the hypnosis is really inhibiting me. I will have to make the video over again. So I apologize about that. There is something else here. Oh, that's right. So, in regards to the feelings and everything along those lines, well, I mean, if a person is vulnerable, or say, for example, like a mentally ill person, like the friend that I'm specifically referencing that was hypnotized to commit suicide, well, it wouldn't take very much in the first place to be able to push a sensitive individual to the brink of suicide anyways. Especially with how powerful hypnosis is, it would actually be extraordinarily easy. Anyway, so that's the video. I'll go ahead and restart another video and try this again. I might do a little bit of editing on some of this stuff to just get the clarifications completed. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a wonderful day.